Good day everyone, my name is Angelo Miguel Felesmino Mendoza and I will be your first reporter for week 11. The topic that we will going to talk about this week is about TPAC as a framework for technology driven teaching and learning. As you prepare to be a teacher, how do you assess your content knowledge of your specialization? We can assess our content knowledge by checking our understanding of core knowledge or concept, applying them into real situations, and seeking for peer feedback to improve ourselves. In terms of teaching skills, what strategies or techniques do you know will work if you will use it when teaching? So, sa pagtuturo, mahalaga na gumamit ng mga epektibong strategies para mas maintindihan ng mga bata o mas mag-engage sila bilang estudyante. So, isa sa mga maaari nating gamitin or maaari nating gawin technique ay ang active learning na kung saan nandito nag-i-include yung mga group project, group activities, mga iba't ibang schoolwork. So, mula dyan, nagkakaroon ng mas malalim na magkatuto o tumatagal sa kanila yung kaalaman na tinuturo natin bilang isang guro. Next is, if you will consider using a technological tool when teaching, what would it be? So ako, bilang isang medyo, hindi man natin sabihin katamaran, pero mas nakakatulong talaga yung projector na ginagamit natin bilang isang future educator na kung saan hindi na tayo gagamit or magsusulat pa ng mahaba sa blackboard, gagamit ng Manila paper. So, ayun, mula sa technology katulad ng projector, nakakatulong ito para mas mapabilis yung ating pagtuturo at mas mabilis na makapture ng mga bata yung dapat nalalaman nila na aralin. So dito sa ating first slide, so sinasabi dyan na the Schoolman's 2008 Pedagogical Content Knowledge or PCK is a framework which involves the teacher's competency in the delivering the concept being taught by simplifying complex once if needed or leading the students to study a concept more deeply and extensively. This is made possible due to the teacher's understanding of the amount and the content structure of knowledge. So, Lee Schoolmans emphasized a teacher ability to effectively teach by simplifying complex concepts or guiding students to explore topics more deeply. This is achieved through the teacher's deep understanding of both the subject matter and how to construct and present it to facilitate learning. So, si teacher dapat hindi niya lang alam kung ano yung ituturo niya. Dapat alam niya rin kung paano ito ituturo ng maayos. So, para magkaroon ng mas malalim at mas malawak na pagkatuto ang mga bata. So, next is sabi dyan, Pusha Mishra and Matthew Kohler 2006 continue to build upon Schoolman's PCK and incorporated technology, hence TPAC. So, they expanded ni si Pusha Mishra at saka si Matthew Kohler. So, sila yung nag-expand ng PCK ni Schoolman by adding technology and creating the TPAC framework. So, TPAC stands for Technological, Pedagogical, Content, Knowledge and highlight the integration of technology with effective learning and teaching strategies and deep content knowledge to enhance students' learning. Ano nga ba yung TPAC? So, sabi dyan sa PPT natin, so TPAC is a framework that combines the teacher's three knowledge areas. So, first is technological knowledge, second is content knowledge, and third is pedagogical knowledge. This framework shows the interconnectedness of content knowledge with pedagogical knowledge and the integration of technology in making teaching more engaging, relevant, and effective. It looks at how these knowledge areas intersect or work together to increase student motivation and make the content more accessibly engaging to students. This framework has significantly influenced practices teaching as a result of research. So, TPAC or Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge is a framework that helps teachers consider how their knowledge domains intersect in order to effectively teach and engage students with technology. It is important that look at the combination of what teachers know, how they teach, and the role of technology in order to better impact students' learning. So first, we have CK or Content Knowledge. So sabi dyan sa PPT, babasahin natin, Content knowledge is the what understanding of the content such as language, arts, math, science, history. So this is composed of facts, concept, theories, or principles in a given principle. So sinasabi dyan na si content knowledge, ito yung subject area na tinuturo natin as a educator or as a teacher. So meron tayong science, English, also yung itinuturo natin or the matter of subject that we will going to teach. So at tayo bilang as a Filipino major, so ang ating subject area na ituturo natin is Filipino. So sa Filipino subject na yan, so dyan pumapaloob daw yung facts, concepts, theories, at principles na kung saan ating ituturo sa ating mga estudyante. And next is PK. So PK or pedagogical knowledge is the how, is the expert knowledge in the science of teaching from educational and learning theories to individuals' differences to strategies and techniques as well as assessment of learning. The teachers need to possess capability to handle learning through effective method and appropriate strategy. So si PK daw po or pedagogical knowledge is the how, your expert knowledge from learning theories to instructional by design. PK includes method of teaching and assessment like project-based learning as well as instructional strategies like think, pair, share. Knowledge of this principle helps you to design successful learning experiences for each individual student. Next is the PCK or the pedagogical content knowledge. So babasahin natin na sa PPT. So sabi dyan, PCK is the how much competencies the teachers have in making the students learn concepts and skills. This includes the knowledge of how to use the techniques that can meaningfully address different learning styles while supporting content deeper understanding. The incorporation of technology knowledge into PCK by Mushra and Kohler 2006 is relevant to 21st century teaching. So PCK daw is the intersection of pedagogical and content areas. The knowledge you have how to effectively engage students in learning concepts and skills. The knowledge includes approaches for addressing different learning styles and scaffolding content for deeper understanding. So, sinasabi rin daw po dyan na si Luz Coleman. So, Luz Coleman saw this intersection as teaching as it best. But, several scholars including Pushra Mishra, Matthew Kohler, have added an additional component to 21st century teaching na kung saan ito ang tinatawag nating technological knowledge. So, ano nga ba ang technological knowledge? So, technological knowledge, sabi po dyan sa PPT, ay the teacher's knowledge on how to select, use, and integrate tools in the teaching and learning context. This is not only about the tools, but also about the quality of content that students can access through appropriate application and site. So, si TK daw po ay ito yung tumutukoy sa kung paano natin ginagamit yung mga technologies, paano tayo nakakapag-select, paano natin ito ginagamit. Pero hindi lang ito doon pumapasok. So, si TK din daw po is pumapasok or tumutungkol din sa ano yung natututunan ng bata sa paggamit ng technology kapag ginagamit sa isang loob ng classroom. So, ano yung mga content na kanilang napapag-aralan, ano yung mga knowledge na kanilang pwedeng matutunan gamit ang technology. So, last, for my part, so, ano nga ba yung TCK? So, TCK or the technological content knowledge, when technology is used in a specific subject area to enrich and deepen students' understanding of content. So, TCK daw po is pumapasok po dito yung paggamit ng technology sa isang specific na subject area.
Good evening everyone, I am Dayan Mercado and now I will discuss the TPK or Technology Pedagogical Knowledge, knowing how to select, use, or develop technology to manage student learning. As a teacher, using appropriate technology to ensure effective instruction is TPK. So, ibig sabihin na sa teacher, dapat marunong kang gumamit ng isang digital tools and dapat alam mo kung paano mo siya ituturo. Like for example, sa discussion mo is gumamit ka ng PowerPoint presentation. So, dito, dapat alam mo kung paano mo siya gagamitin. Alam mo kung paano mag-edit, mag-slideshare, mag-insert ng mga pictures, ng mga graphs to manage the students' learning environment. So, next is TPAC. What is TPAC? TPAC is about what teachers know, how they teach, and how technology is used in the delivery of the lesson to make it more engaging and making learning more relevant to the 21st century. So, TPAC stands for Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge. So, ibig sabihin, alam ni teacher dapat kung ano yung ituturo niya. Alam niya din kung paano gumamit ng technology doon sa ituturo niya, and also dapat alam ni teachers yung mga strategies, techniques, methods, kung paano niya yon ituturo. So, ibig sabihin, nagtuturo si teachers na gumagamit na rin ng digital tools and technology. Sinasabi din dito na TPAC will start with content and then pedagogy and technology. And sinasabi din dito na yung TPAC hindi lamang tungkol sa technology tools, but kasama din dito yung 3 content. TPAC will start with content and then pedagogy and technology. Sinasabi din dito na yung TPAC is hindi lamang tungkol sa digital tools or technology tools. Nagpo-focus din ito sa 3 knowledge areas na technological knowledge, content knowledge, and pedagogical knowledge. Next is the illustration of the TPAC framework. As you can see, may tatlo diyang bilog, which is technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge. So, unahin natin yung technological knowledge. So, ito yung mga technology, mga digital tools. For examples, laptops, cellphones, Microsoft Words, PowerPoint. So, ibig sabihin, kapag alam mo kung paano gamitin yung isang digital tools na yon, it means that is your technological knowledge. Kaya nga tinawag na technological knowledge, may alam ka pagdating sa technology. Next naman is the pedagogical knowledge. It is your principles, your methods, your strategies, your approach, your techniques. Ito yung kung paano ka magtuturo. Ito yung way of teaching mo. Paano mo i-execute yung ituturo mo o yung lesson mo. That is pedagogical knowledge. Next is the content knowledge. This is the subject matter, your content. Alam mo dapat kung ano yung ituturo mo. Alam mo yung content ng ituturo mo. So, paano naman kapag pinagsama-sama naman yung knowledge areas? So, unahin natin yung nasa baba, which is PCK or Pedagogical Content Knowledge. So, dito is you know your content, you know your subject matter. That is content knowledge. And may kasama na rin siyang pedagogical knowledge, which is your techniques, your strategies, your approach sa pagtuturo. At dahil alam mo na yung ituturo mo, you have the content, you have the subject matter, alam mo kung paano mo siya ituturo. Alam mo kung ano yung content ng ituturo mo. Next is the TCK or Technological Content Knowledge. So, dito is alam mo na yung content mo. Ngayon, gagamit ka na ng digital tools. Alam mo na yung content mo, alam mo na din kung paano gumamit ng digital tools para maituro mo siya sa mga estudyante mo. Next is the TPK or Technological Pedagogical Knowledge. You know how to use digital tools and alam mo din kung paano mo dapat siya ituturo. Like for example nga, yun nga, gumamit ka ng PowerPoint. Dapat marunong kang gumamit ng digital tools na yun. Dapat alam mo siya kung paano mo siya gagamitin. So, next naman, ito naman is halos example lang ng TPAC framework. Nandito yung technological knowledge or TK or yung knowledge natin pagdating sa technology. Nandito yung computers, tablets, smartphones, and smartboards. Next naman is the pedagogical knowledge or yung PK. Nandito naman yung utilizing different learning modalities, audio, verbal, video, kinesthetic, small groups, and direct instruction. Next naman is nandito din yung content knowledge or CK. Nandito naman yung textbook, core, and electives. So, next naman ay ang TPK or Technological Pedagogical Knowledge. Nandito yung reflection blog and Blackboard discussion board. Next naman ay ang Pedagogical Content Knowledge or PCK. Nandito naman yung read alouds and manipulatives. So, next naman ay ang TCK or Technological Content Knowledge. Nandito yung online encyclopedias, internet, scholarly articles. And next naman ay ang TPAC. So, nandito yung project-based learning and online classes. So, ito naman sumunod is example lang din siya ng TPAC framework. So, beginning with the end in mind. So, dito sa technology, nandito yung mga digital tools gaya ng interactive display, tablets, computers, laptops, networks, mobile devices, presentation, learners response, and software. So, dito naman sa pedagogy or yung sa techniques or strategies sa pagtuturo. Nandito naman yung student center, teacher direct, constructivism, project-based, and dito naman sa content or yung subject matter, your content, nandito naman yung curriculum, scope, sequence, projects, cross-curricular, software, web, and digital resources. So next is the SAMR model. SAMR is a model designed to help educator infuse technology into teaching and learning. Developed by Dr. Ruben Puentedura, the model supports and enables teachers to design, develop, and infuse digital learning experience that utilize technology. So, SAMR model is under educational technology and it was developed nga by Dr. Ruben Puentedura. SAMR model is a degree of classroom technology integration. Paano ini-integrate ang technology? Paano ginagamit ang technology sa pagtuturo sa classroom? Like for example, kung dati is traditional tayo, gumagamit ng chalk, blackboard, vanilla paper. So ngayon, with the use of technology is mas nagle-level up na. Nakakagawa na tayo ng mga presentations through technology. The SAMR model divided into two, the enhancement and transformation. So, sakop ng enhancement ang substitution and augmentation, while ang transformation naman ay sakop ang modification at redefinition. So, yung enhancement, ito yung mga old materials na ginagamit natin sa pagtuturo. And yung transformation naman, ito naman yung mga bagong materials like PowerPoint presentation, more on technology na. The SAMR model stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. So, yung first is the substitution. Technology acts as a direct substitute with no functional improvement. So, ibig sabihin, walang binabago. No functional changes. Like for examples, kung ano lamang yung nilagay natin na content sa Manila paper, yun lang din yung ilalagay natin na content pagdating naman sa PowerPoint presentation. Kumbaga, walang binabago sa content. Next naman ay ang augmentation. Technology act as a direct substitute with functional improvement. So, dito naman is with functional changes na. May improvement na. So, hindi nababago yung content, pero nadaragdagan. Like, for example, gumawa ka ng PowerPoint presentation. So, dito is pwede kang magdagdag ng mga pictures, ng mga effects, para mas madaling maintindihan ng mga students mo yung lesson mo or mas mapaganda mo yung lesson mo. So next ay ang modification. Technology allows for significant task redesign. So dito for example, may ipinasa tayo na isang document. So dito is kaya na natin siyang gawa ng feedback or kaya na natin tong ma-edit on time. Yun yung sinasabing redesign. Kumbaga sinisimplify lang natin. Next naman ay ang redefinition. Technology allows for the creation of new tasks previously inconceivable. So, dito is kaya na natin gumawa ng isang task, ng isang activities, and pwede na rin natin siyang ipasa kahit kanino.
Ito naman yung writing example ng SAMR model. So, una, yung substitution, ginagamit natin yung Microsoft Word instead handwriting yung gawin natin. Sa augmentation naman, some of the built-in tools such as the thesaurus, word count, spell check might be used. Sa modification, collaboratively create a story using online that allow for multimedia tool. Sa redefinition naman, use KidBlock to publish their writing and allow other students to provide feedback. Dito naman makikita natin yung Bloom Taxonomy. So makikita natin dito yung original Bloom Taxonomy na simula nga siya sa knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So, from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills. So, sa revise naman, may remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Why teachers should refer to the SAMR model? So, makikita natin sa picture na to, na si Cathy Schrax create a great infographic to show the comparison between the SAMR model and Bloom taxonomy. So, Essentially, students should work their way up the model, with the highest goal being that students advance their learning in a transformational manner. As they work their way up the SAMR model, students are using higher order cognitive skill level. So, sa pangkalahatan, magagamit natin yung SAMR model para malaman natin kung gaano kahalaga yung technology para mas mapabuti at mabago yung pagtuturo at pagkatuto ng mga estudyante.